and going way off track, and I always search, or rather go through all my books to try out new styles, new appetizers that are unique, interesting, but a chip of the old block. One appetizer that I often create is my meatloaf kebabs. You just create a perfect meatloaf mince and shape them into kebabs and have them grilled. They have the essence of the old world charm, but very modern in their undertaking. Pair this along with a great salad of some baby potato, cherry tomatoes, and a whole lot of Parmesan cheese, and you have a great meal to enjoy. Let's get to creating it. Now we're just going to get to preheating the oven to 180 degrees Celsius for the baby potatoes to roast in, and in the meantime, let's get to creating the spice and herb blend that goes into the meatloaf kebabs. On a cast iron pan, I'm just going to add about 10 mils of olive oil, allow it to get nice and hot, and we're going to infuse it with some garlic. So here I've got about 6 cloves of garlic, finely minced. Allow it to sizzle, along with an inch of ginger, finely minced as well. As we allow the garlic to get a little charred, it just accentuates the entire flavor profile of the kebabs. Into that you put 3 red chilies finely sliced. Allow that to just give out all its essential heat and oil. And into that goes 2 red onions finely minced as well. Just allow all this to saute, get soft and translucent. Now while the onions do add a lot of depth and bulk into the meatloaf kebabs, they also have a great purpose of bringing out their sweetness when coupled with the red chili and the ginger garlic. As you allow this to get soft and the luscious pink color comes together, just give it a fine sprinkle of some sea salt, not too much because you want it to just blend and marry into each other. A stir, and all you need to do is switch off the flame, allow this to come down to room temperature before blending it right into our force meat. Now as the onions soften and cool down, it's time to get to marinating the baby potatoes. So I've taken about 500 grams of baby potatoes, just washed them nicely, scrubbed off everything off the skin because I'm using the skin, and I've cut them into half. They go right into a bowl along with about a teaspoon and a half of some garlic paste, a little over a teaspoon of some cilantro finely shredded, along with a drizzling of some olive oil. Just sprinkle that on top. I'm using a little extra, so about 15 mils of olive oil and a sprinkling of some sea salt. I just want the potatoes to get that garlicky cilantro goodness and roast to perfection after a good tossing. And I feel this is the most easiest way to get things to mix really well. Allow these to just drizzle on a bakeware with all that olive oil goodness. Just level it down and it goes bang into a preheated oven. In this goes 180 degrees Celsius, 45 minutes, just so that they are cooked and they have that garlicky cilantro goodness coming through. Now food processors have really made creating force meats or even the meatloaf mince very easy and efficient. Gone are the old days of sieving it through a metal sieve. So into my food processor, I'm just going to add in everything. So here I've got 500 grams of meat mince, 200 grams of bacon mince going in, about half a cup of fresh breadcrumbs. I've just taken 4 slices of a day-old bread and crumbled it, 3 whole eggs, and we're going to give all this their first blitz. Blitz this away to the smoothest consistency, allowing the bacon mince, the meat mince, the breadcrumbs, the eggs just to come together really well. With the first mix really well, all you need to do now is add the onion and red chili mix that we had created. As it's cooled down, we're just going to add this in, and this is going to give that characteristic sweetness, spice, and the heat that the chili brings. A fresh sprinkle of some freshly milled black pepper, just to give it those meatloafy specks, and some sea salt again. Now be a little careful out here because bacon mince is often salty, so not too much, and you want that zing in this meatloaf kebabs with some lemon juice, so the juice of one lime going in, and I'm going to get to blitzing this back again. Lastly, in goes some flat leaf parsley, finely minced. So I'm just going to put about 3 tablespoons. Give it just one whisk so that it forms a kebab and it's not the stereotypical meatloaf. This is ready. All we're going to do is take it out into a bowl and get to forming those gorgeous kebabs. With the cast iron pan nice and hot, I'm just going to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil into it, about 20 mils of the same, and it's very simple to form the kebabs. Just take about 30 grams of this soft gooey meat and settle it over there. These form perfectly well together, and you can get to experimenting on the size. While you allow these to cook for at least 4 minutes on each side, I'm going to give it a final sprinkle of some salt just to get that perfect crackle on this meatloaf. Check it out, and it's time to flip them and turn them over. They are soft and delicate, great country style force meat textures, but they're going to just hold their shape and melt in the mouth while enjoying them. Perfectly grilled, just allow these to rest on kitchen absorbent paper, and it's time to create the next batch. As round 2 grills to perfection, I'm going to get red wine vinegar and olive oil in a perfect emulsion for my salad. As I allow these to cook for another 3 minutes, in the meantime, let's get to creating that red wine vinaigrette. So, into a bowl, I'm just going to add about 30 mils of red wine vinegar. Give it a fine sprinkle of some sea salt, along with some freshly milled black pepper. The heat that pepper brings to this thing just gets absorbed into that hot potatoes. So, and 30 mils of extra virgin olive oil just to form that perfect emulsion. Into this vinaigrette goes about 150 grams of these cherry tomatoes, just cut into half, and allow them to absorb and get all that tart acidic flavors that red wine vinaigrette brings. It's time to flip these, and I created a small coin-sized one just for me to taste, and that's my cook's treat. as we allow these to grill. The potatoes are nearly ready and we're just going to take them out and allow them to get bang into the red wine vinaigrette. Hot straight out of the oven, this goes right into the red wine emulsion, and the heat that the potato has just gets the cherry tomatoes to wilt really well. So give this a good tossing so that everything comes together with an over sharp drizzle of some Parmesan cheese. So about 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese going on top, along with 4 tablespoons of some finely chopped cilantro. Put all this in and just give it that glorious tossing. A quick toss, allowing the Parmesan cheese to melt into that heat that the potatoes have brought, and the cherry tomato just wilts. This warm salad is perfect accompaniment to that meatloaf. All you need to do now is put it into a bowl with the drizzle and dressing and just allow it to nestle over there, ready to be enjoyed. Line this on a platter and have the salad on the side. You can either pair this with some nice toasted bruschettas where you create very new age concepts with the meatloaf kebab as well as the salad on the side. I hope you enjoyed creating yet one again another simple, easy to create, very modern yet old school in the making meatloaf kebabs with a potato and cherry tomato salad. The pairing of these two work really well and get as experimentative as you can. Any leftover grit that is in your pan, just toss in some rice for a midnight treat. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.